Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Cat's Track. We post an interview with an amazing citizen each weekday for your daily inspiration. Today, I would like to introduce you to my friend Chuck Sanders. Chuck was born in Calgary, grew up on Vancouver Island, then back to Edmonton in 2006. Chuck and his wife, Rachel, have four amazing kids that they're very proud of. Besides his loved ones, Chuck's greatest interests are everything leadership, fitness, and motorcycles. I wonder which one is his favorite. Mine is the Indian motorcycle. How about you, Chuck? What's your favorite?
I have Harley Davidson written on my body, so I guess I guess
So
that
I guess
tells the story, right?
that's truly dedication.
Yeah.
So I guess a Harley. Which kind of Harley?
Street Glide. I got a custom Street Glide.
Ooh, so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I saw that the movie. I think it's called The Indian. It's how the Indian motorcycle became as fast as it did.
Oh,
Very, very cool.
cool. I haven't seen it. I'll watch it. I'll look
Oh
for it.
yeah. No,
Yeah,
you'll love it. You'll love it
super
for
interesting.
sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. You ready for the questions that we sent your way?
I'm ready.
Perfect. So what's been your greatest challenge in the last few months?
The greatest challenge from a leadership perspective, business perspective, even personal, right? All facets of life, as we call it, is really an opportunity, and that's helping others see through. There's opportunities amongst all this noise, right? It's easy to get caught up in the sensationalism of the pandemic, if you like, and to let that fear take hold. But it's also presents us with a whole bunch of opportunities. And so, a couple examples for me anyway, it allowed me to stop traveling so much and to change the way I led as a virtual leader through our organization. And so, by this time, I would have already flown 100,000 miles on Air Canada. So I'd be
Wow.
super elite by June and then double that by the end of the year sometimes, right? That
Wow.
all suddenly I get to be, maybe in a different way, a virtual leader, not only of the people on our team, but also of our family. We spent a whole bunch of extra time together. We were able to build we got together as a family. We built an above ground pool. We put in a big deck. We did a whole bunch of landscaping renovations.
Wow.
Kids learned new stuff. They stopped playing sports, so we had to find new things for them to do, right? All those personal opportunities came along, but also lots of other business leadership and social opportunities where you can just really get together in a different way if you decide, hey, we're not going to be scared today. We're going to make the most out of this. And so the greatest opportunity of these times is just helping others maybe come along for that journey, right?
Oh, that's awesome, Chuck. How big's your pool?
Well, it's 18 feet. 18.
Wow, good. I'll be
Yeah.
there this weekend.
Great. Come on up.
I swim every day. I love swimming.
Oh, cool. Yeah, right on. Well, I don't get in there every day. I wish I did, but the kids certainly make good use of it. So that's fun.
Oh yeah, kids love it, right? It's awesome. Good for you guys.
Yeah, for sure.
And what are the three things that you'd like to share?
So three things, all focused on leadership. So the first of which is we're all leaders. I firmly believe every person is born a leader. And from a very young age, as you grow up, you have to lead yourself in one way or another. And so what I always try to do, and I'll talk about our kids for a minute again, who are quite young still. If they can start to lead with intention from an early age, lead themselves, imagine what that does for them as they grow up. And so a lot of people are born, they live their life, and that's all fine, that's all good. But what if we recognized ourselves as leaders first of ourselves, right? Then those around us in our social group, maybe in our family, maybe you find yourself in a work setting and suddenly, you're leading some others on a team, right? It may not even be through authority. You're just doing it because of influence or because you have the talent that's required at the day, right? Anyway, my point is we're all leaders. And if we choose to show up and accept that responsibility, we can act with intention and be truly great, right? And that's really what makes the difference, right? Showing
Yeah,
up and being truly great. Yeah.
I love it.
So the second thing that I really firmly believe related to the first one is, the world is critically short of great leaders. And so when you look at the current times, right, great leadership is a void. I mean, there's a lot of uncertainty in the world. There's a lot of people that are looking to others for answers to their questions. What's going to happen? Am I going to get sick? How's this all going to, turn out for all of us? Do I have a job? How do I make ends meet? All of those are very valid questions. And without the self-leadership first and then the leadership from others in a great way, many people find themselves caught in fear and find themselves, sort of overwhelmed by the time. So we are critically short of great leaders. And, if I could say one thing to everybody, if this resonates with you, go pick up a book and work on yourself, work on your ability to lead yourself and to be the best version that you can be. I think it's just so rewarding when you can do that. And then I guess the last and third point is I like to say sometimes the clock is ticking, so start living.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. So none of us, another little phrase, right? None of us get out of this thing alive. Right. And so if you're lucky enough to have, I'm 43. So if I have 43 years on this earth, I'd like to, be able to say, hey, I had the best life I could have lived. Right. And I led with intention. I showed up to each day and said, hey, you know what? This isn't something I'm taking for granted. I'm going to do something with this day I've been given here on this earth or this span of time, whatever that may be. So, life is, the old cliche is so true. Life is short. And take the action now to make sure you can be the best that you can be in all aspects. And the experience will be much better for everybody.
I love it. Thank you, Chuck. I know that you read a lot. Tell me some of the books that you've enjoyed the most as it relates to leadership and some of the other things that you've mentioned.
Oh yeah, well, a couple come to mind that are like right on my list right now. I've been really kind of bogged down reading the Power of the Subconscious Mind, which is an awesome book. I say bogged down in a really in a cool way because it's something that you can read and then you think, well, I'm going to reread that again, and then I'm going to reread that part again, and then I'm right. So I'm really into that. Anything leadership related by Jim Collins.
Yeah.
Also a big fan of Jim Collins. Sorry, you put me on the spot here, Catherine. So
that's good. I need to do that.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, so Jim Collins, Good to Great, right? Built to Last, right? Yeah. And then the follow-on material that comes after that, particularly in a business leadership context, awesome, right? And then Andy Andrews.
Yeah.
What if I could call his body of work? Really good. Malcolm Gladwell, another awesome author, right? So much to learn there, right?
For sure.
And I can go on and on. My friend Peter Comrie likes to say he has a book problem, and so he introduced me with a couple of gateway drugs, if you like, into the book problem, and now I'm sucked in. So we're in it together. So anyway, I'll cap it off there, but there's lots.
That's a really good gateway drug to have. Awesome. And what about your good news or legacy story?
So, the legacy story, the good news, right? I think the good news is really what you can do with a crisis like this, right? And as I say oftentimes to our people, I don't know if it resonates or not. I hope it does. Certainly does with me. Never let a good crisis go to waste.
Yeah.
There's lots that you can accomplish. There's opportunity everywhere. There's neither good nor bad in the world. It's just how you choose to see it, right? And there's always stuff that shows up that can benefit you, your family, your workplace, your friends, your relatives, your team, whatever that may be. And so for me, that really, that makes me think about crisis in general. And so what I'm talking about with people right now is, I think crisis is normal. We talk about it like it's extraordinary. There's a fresh one all the time. They're always coming at us. And the expectation should be that they are always coming at us. They may vary in severity or duration or cause or what have you, but there's always something there that we can brand a crisis. And so if we approach that by saying, hey, you know what, we have the ability to lead through this, no matter what, we have the ability. That's our starting point, right? And we're not going to lead from fear. We're going to lead from opportunity. We're going to look for those, even no matter how bad it is, right? You can always find that stuff, and you can always find a way to get through it. Because either way, we're going to keep on living. It's going to happen. We're going to go through it. Are we going to go through well or not, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, crisis is normal. And so that's sort of my train of thought right now, and something that I'd like to introduce for further conversation for whoever wants to talk about that.
I love it. One more question.
Sure.
Do you think our next crisis is a mental health pandemic?
So yeah, I think we see that already. I definitely think we see that already. So 2 or 3 months ago, I raised to our executive in our business the real risk of social unrest. So I'm not saying I told you so. I'm not saying I'm right or I have anything special here. But when people are confronted with great stress from health, economic, right, social construct, right, if you like, that has a toll on people's mental health. And so I would suggest that no matter what the triggering event was, I think we could have foreseen that there was an element of civil unrest that was coming. And I directly attribute that to the stress that's on people. I think there's lots of anecdotal, evidence of suicide rates and a bunch of unfortunate events that come along with something like this. And I think you could probably, use that as another data point to say, yeah, I mean, geez, there's a lot out there.
Yeah.
And so I feel bad for everybody who's affected by that. That's just not good.
Agreed. I did a CATS track yesterday with a fellow named Rick Tripp. He's the president of Living Works, and you'll want to check it out for you and your organization. It's great. It just helps us all with the awareness of how to watch for someone who might be considering suicide and what to do about it in all different ways. So obviously we're not psychologists or psychiatrists, but we can definitely get the tools to end or at least help someone that might be considering that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's awesome. I'll check it out. Thank you. We can all do our part around mental illness and taking care of each other. We certainly don't need to have a degree in psychology to do that.
That is right. Just more pool time.
Yeah, that's right. Well, more motorcycle time, maybe, right?
Chuck, this has been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for taking time on your busy day. I really appreciate it very much.
Thank you, Catherine. It's an honor.
Thank you, Chuck. Everybody, that was my friend Chuck. You check them out online. They're a great business, and what an awesome human to be leading his organization. Thank you again for joining us today, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.